Unit 1, Topic D. What is an Access database? An Access database consists chiefly of two main components. On the one hand, we have data that is represented within the tables that populate the database. And that data typically comes from the activities of normal life in your personal capacity, or from the activities of your business activities. Businesses generate data every time that a transaction is conducted, or any activity that is valuable to the organization is captured in some form. Before we had electronic databases, those were typically captured on files, paper files, stored in cabinets or on index cards, and a lot of effort was put in the organization towards organizing and managing the data. That was typically the job of people, and there were filing clerks and administrative people whose job it was to make sure that the data was kept up to date and that it is as accurate as it possibly can be. Data is typically used by management in an organization or by other decision makers to inform the decisions that are made on a day-to-day basis or even on a more tactical or strategic basis. So the data in a database is the most important part of the database. However, Access not only contains the ability to capture and organize and store the data, it also contains all of the tools that are necessary to make sure that the data is, first of all, captured correctly, stored in such a way that the data integrity is maintained throughout the process. And by data integrity, we mean the validity of the data and the fact that we want a database to contain accurate and complete information for everything that we want to capture. So validity of the data is a very important component, and Access has a whole lot of tools that we use to validate data with. More of that later. The other tools in a database like Access would be the tools that we use to manipulate the data, to sort, to filter, to ask questions, and also tools related to import and exporting the data, and tools that we use to display the data, whether it be on forms or reports. So an Access database is primarily a collection of data on the one hand, and secondly of all the different tools that we need to capture, organize, validate, store, and present the data in a relevant format. End of topic D.